What's up, real world? Twisted Luck. Hope everybody's good. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. We're doing something a little different today, and hopefully the wind isn't going to be too bad because it's pretty windy still for some reason. It's been windy. But I am finally going to tell you what I've told you little bits and pieces of for a long time. It's totally off topic, but this is something that's going to help people at some point. If you hear all this, if you have to deal with this at some point, it'll help somebody. Let me live the nightmare for you. So it's the whole saga with the extended warranty and the dealership and the service department and all these things. I'm gonna give you, it's been going on for 2 years, and it's finally come to a close, and I finally prevail, like I said I was going to in the beginning. I mean, the fat lady hasn't sung yet, but she has scheduled a performance within the next couple days, and I have it in writing and everything, so we are good, and hopefully some information can help you. So we're going to go back a couple of years where I bought a used vehicle. I mean, decently used, not very used, vehicle that was a couple years old from CarMax. CarMax seems to have a decent reputation. People have said good things about it. Everything looked good, got a good deal, and right after that built a ton of equity in it, so we made out actually really well. It was still under factory warranty, but I also bought the extended warranty, which I've never done before, ever, but this vehicle was mainly for my wife, and I just, I've always worked on my own stuff, but I was like, you know what, we'll do that. That way, if there's any issue, especially a costly issue, especially with new cars these days, I like older stuff better because new cars, I just like older stuff better, and newer stuff, all this computerized, there's more stuff to break. So, got the extended warranty. Not too long after, there started being a temperature issue. And this is a very long story, and I'm going to try to sum it up, condense it so you don't have to listen for an hour. And keep in mind, this is over 2 years. Started having a temperature issue where the temperature would rise when you're driving, and it would go down when you stopped, which is odd. Usually that's backwards, right? Usually when you stop, it'll cool down. When you're driving, or when you're driving, it'll cool down. When you stop, it'll heat up. Well, it was backwards. I hadn't experienced that before. So brought it in under the warranty, brought it to a Dodge dealership. Now everything has been at this Dodge dealership. It's there right now. 2 years ago, it's the first place it went. That's where it is right now. Brought it to the Dodge dealership because it was still under factory warranty. So Dodge dealership said, hey, it's a radiator cap. It was on too tight, but we gave you a new one too, right? Now keep in mind, every time you bring a vehicle in with the extended warranty, you're going to have a deductible. In my case, this was $200. And if they don't find anything wrong, you have to pay their hour diagnostic fee, which is $198. So every time you go there, you're going to pay $200. A radiator cap was ridiculous. Pay $200 for that. That annoyed me, but okay, whatever. It is what it is. I left the lot. Temperature's still going up, which I kind of suspected, right? So brought it back in, and they looked at it. They said, yeah, temperature's still going up. It's intermittent. It doesn't happen every time. It's intermittent. And they said, okay, the system needs to be flushed. So they flushed the system. Leave, temperature's still doing the exact same thing. So, and it's intermittent. Like sometimes, some days it'll be fine. Some days the temperature will go way up. There's been times that I brought it in where they could not replicate, which means you pay their diagnostic fee, but they did nothing because they tried to replicate it. Nothing happened. There's no leaks, no drips, and the temperature's fine. So they send it back to you. And I've argued several times. I'm like, I keep telling you it's intermittent. So when I leave here, I know it's going to happen. It's going to do it again, and we're going to start all over again. I'm going to bring it in here. You're going to be like, can't replicate it, so what do we do? Dealing with the service department at this Dodge dealership, they all just, and I don't care attitude, most of them. There's been a couple of decent people, but most of them just like, oh, well, it is what it is. So we're going to fast forward a bit. I bring it in. There's another time I bring it in. It's been towed in a couple times. Once because the temperature was going all the way up as soon as you start driving it. Never any leaks under this thing, right? So I was going to bring it in anyway, but then it wouldn't start. Like nothing happened when you turn the key. Probably the starter or something in the ignition, I don't know, but it's going in anyway. I'm going to have to pay that $200 anyway, so let them do it. It's a free tow, right? So have it towed up there. They call me in a couple days, say, hey, it's ready to be picked up. Great. I come pick it up, and they tell me they couldn't replicate it. Temperature was fine. And they give me the total. It's like $400. $400, what's that? I should have paid $200 or $198. Either way, it's $200. They say, yeah, but there was a loose starter wire. That's why it didn't work. And or a bolt. We tightened it for you. Nobody asked me for that. Nobody asked, hey, you want us to tighten this bolt for $200? Because I definitely would have said no. All I agreed to was to pay either the deductible or the hour diagnostic. And obviously, had they called me about that labor, I would have said no, I'll do it myself, because just a loose bolt is not covered under warranty. So I'm in there battling with him like, no, that's ridiculous. I know I already owe you the ridiculous $200, but $400, no, it's not happening. So he leaves for 10 minutes. He comes back like a salesman. He's like, well, worked out a great deal for you. I don't know how he did it, but the service manager said, I can give you a 20% discount on that charge. And I said, no, you're going to give me 100% discount on that charge. It's not happening. Go loosen the bolt if you want to, but, I'm not paying for that. So eventually the service manager came out and he agreed. Yeah, I didn't agree to any of this. They didn't tell me about any of this. So, yeah, we're not going to charge you for that, which that's the way it was. That's what I told them from the start. That's what's going to happen. So let's skip the games. Let's skip the fights, and let's just do what's right. But so much these days, people don't just do what's right. Everybody wants to get one over on you, right? And I don't ever set out looking for something extra, just what is right, what I'm due, what I've paid for. So I get out of there. Now this happens a few more times. Bring it in another time, they say, oh, the radiator is bad. The bottom of the radiator is not cooling down or heating up, whatever they said. I was skeptical. They put a new radiator, I pay the $200 deductible. They said they've tested it. They tested it for a day. It's fine. I go and pick it up, pay the $200. I leave, get on the main road, get to the first light, the temperature's up already. I called them back, and they were like, oh, okay, well, it must be something different now, so we'll have to start over again. Also, mind you, it's very difficult for me to arrange this. We have busy schedules, right? And I can't just go drop it off anytime and be without the vehicle. The extended warranty will cover a rental vehicle once the claim is approved. Sometimes, there's been times the vehicle is in there 10 days before a claim is made. So that's 10 days I have to eat a rental, right? So it's not easy. I can't just turn around and bring it back again. So it's frustrating. So bring it again, and they can't find anything. And I suggested to them, maybe it has a combustion chamber leak, a head gasket or a bad head or something, maybe. Will you do that test? They won't do the test, they say, because the extended warranty company won't approve it. They can only do it if the extended warranty company says to do it. They can't just do these tests. So I get it back. They didn't do anything again. Fixed the radiator. It was still bad. So I did the combustion leak test myself. I recorded it. It failed, just like I expected, right? It failed. So there is a leak. It's a head gasket, something like that. So I bring it in again. They still won't do the test. Now I'm arguing with them on the phone, right? Arguing with the service manager. And I'm telling him about this combustion leak test. I'm like, I'm telling you what the problem is. I bring it there. They won't do it because there's no leaks and the temperature is fine. So you give it back to me. I start driving. The temperature goes back up. I have it towed back. The temperature's fine. You give it back and we just repeat this cycle. Or we're just going to keep repeating this cycle. He's like, unfortunately, yeah, that's what we got to do. So I fought with him for a while. Eventually he said, okay, you know what? We'll do that test. But it's on you. It's a $400 test, and it's going to be on you. You're going to have to pay for it if it passes. But if you're so sure that it will fail, then no problem, right? It'll be included in all the service, and I'll pay the $200 deductible again. So I bring it in there. This was a pain, too, because I'll tell you this story real quick. I told them how hard it is for me to do this, and I can't afford to keep paying for these rentals. They never have a loaner to give out. Except for right now, I've had one for almost 3 weeks. So they can do it. They just choose not to. Always remember that, too. It can be done. So it's on a Wednesday. I say, all right, I can't. It's going to take a couple days. They said, you know what, bring it in. We'll get somebody on it first thing in the morning. Bring it Thursday. We'll get somebody on it for first thing, right away. That way, I said, okay, so then if I do that, I'll rent a car Wednesday night. I might have to eat 2 days of it. Then by Friday, the claim will be in. The warranty company, which they're the worst ones. I'm going to tell you about them in a second. Warranty company will authorize a rental, and then I'll be good. Rent the car Wednesday night, drop the car off Wednesday night. So it'll be there first thing Thursday morning. Thursday goes by, I'm waiting for a call Friday. Surely they got something because he assured me they'll be on it first thing. I'll put some guys on it first thing in the morning. On Thursday is what he told me. So Friday afternoon, like 3 o'clock now, still haven't heard anything. I'm like, well, I got to get rid of this rental. They're closed on weekends, so, I got to do this today. I call them up. Hey, just want to check the status. Yeah, man, the tech assigned to it is real busy. Honestly, he's probably not going to get to it till Monday. So they hadn't even looked at it. So after everything we talked about, aligned the stars and the planets, and this was his idea, now I'm going to have to eat a rental through the weekend, probably till at least Tuesday. I was pissed. I said, nope, forget it. I'm coming to get it because I can't afford to keep paying this rental every day. It's ridiculous. So I did. I picked it up. I said, I'll bring it back again Monday. In the meantime, just have to be careful with the temperature, and it has to be used through the weekend. Bring it back. They, they confirm it's got the combustion leak. Finally, they do the test. It's got the combustion leak. He calls me up. Hey, you were right. Well, it's got a combustion leak. Yeah, no kidding. So they tear it down. They decide there's a warped head. They were pushing to replace the whole engine. Warranty company said, no, just replace the head. Takes a few days. They replace the head. They finally call me. They say it's all good, ready to be picked up. Everything's good. Still skeptical, slightly hopeful, but I don't know. And I said, hey, so I go pick it up. Yeah, brand new head on there. You should be good now. Should take care of it. And I said, the other head was fine. They said, yes, these are their words, which are important. Yes, we inspected the other head. It was fine. Great. Pick it up the next day. Temperature is still up. It's actually a bit worse. It's misfiring now a bit too, lightly. And it's throwing codes, random multiple misfire, which is indicative of a combustion leak, right? So this is still after the new head. I do the combustion leak test again. It still fails it, right, with a new head. So I call him up. I'm like, dude, what are we doing, right? Because I'm in the exact same boat. It's doing the same thing, but it's a bit worse. He said, well, have to bring it in. We'll start over again. Maybe now the other head is bad. He was trying to say maybe it's a new issue. I said, no, it's not a new issue. This is the exact same thing I've been battling for 2 years. And if it was the other head, you would have seen it when you inspected it. He says, well, we didn't take it off. And I laughed. I'm like, you told me you inspected it. Well, we did. You cannot inspect a head. If you don't know anything about engines, you cannot properly, fully inspect a head without removing it, right? He said, no, we didn't take it off or anything. We just looked at it from the top. All you can do from the top is verify that a head is there. You can't inspect it. So now I'm pissed. I'm fighting. I send emails to Dodge corporate. The Dodge CEO actually called me, which I didn't expect. Bring it back in. I'm going to sum this up real quick here because this is getting long. Bring it back in again where it is now. It's been sitting. This time I went in there with my dukes up fighting. Service managers, sales managers, they try to sell me another car instead. And all I'm trying to do, no, you make right what I've been paying for forever. And they ultimately decide, all right, bring it in. We'll give you a car off the lot to drive, which is the car I've got out there right now. And we'll get with the warranty company. Again, we'll push for a new engine. So they break it all down after several days. They find, the other head is warped. The block is warped, right? We also find something interesting about the engine. Turns out, once it's all broken down and come out, it's a junkyard engine. So they sold me a used vehicle with very low miles. Without telling me, the engine had been replaced from a junkyard engine. It's stamped from a junkyard. So who knows how many miles were actually on that. The original engine. obviously that's super annoying. The warranty company, which is Assurant, it's called Assurant. They cover the Max Care. They're the administrator for CarMax's Max Care warranty, which is said to be one of the best extended warranties out there. Assurant covers it, so you never speak to CarMax, you speak to them. You get a different person every time they answer the phone. So what they did, the dealership said, okay, we have this new engine, 36,000 mile warranty, it's brand new, complete engine, $6,075. Assurant says, well, we found a used one from a junkyard for $4,800. So, and it only comes with a 6-month warranty. So we're going to get that one, and we want you to put that one in, but put your warranty on that one. And Dodge obviously said, no, we can't do that. It's not ours. That's like buying something at Walmart and taking the item with your Walmart receipt and going to Target to try to get a refund, right? It doesn't work like that. So Assurance said, okay, well then, we'll go with the new one then. We'll go with yours, but we're only going to pay the $4,800. And with the total costs and everything, it was over $10,000. They were sticking me with about $2,000. I was pissed. This is why I have an extended warranty. Selling point of an extended warranty, they tell you, you never know. One day you may have costly repairs that could cost you thousands, and if you don't have it, you'll have to pay it. So here I am with the extended warranty, still having to pay thousands. Not happening. I'm pissed that I've even paid this $200 deductible over and over to fix the same issue that's never been fixed. They replace parts at a time, right? But never fix the issue. So I try to call Assurant. They are terrible. They're not budging, right? I tried to talk to a supervisor, and it took a long time to even get a supervisor on the phone, who was a complete jerk when he got on the phone. Doesn't care. He's trying to tell me he was a complete jerk. And I was like, listen, you got me in a real bad spot here, and this is not right. The right thing is for you to cover this cost. I shouldn't even be charged a deductible again. I told them I was going to be pissed if you even called me at wanting $200 again, because no, I shouldn't even be charged that. And he's just very smug. No, that's all that we're going to do. Sorry, we couldn't help you. Take it or leave it. And I said, put in the $4,800 engine then. The one that you're going to pay for, put that one in. They said, no, that one's off the table. The other one has a better warranty. But you're forcing me to pay it, so you're choosing for me. Nope, they're not budging. I told him that, I'd rather not put you on blast on social media or anything like that. He didn't care. He said, you won't be making us look bad, you'll make CarMax look bad. So that's the attitude? You're the administrator for CarMax. CarMax is contracting with you, and that's your attitude? You don't care? And I asked, how do I speak to your supervisor? He said, I don't have a supervisor. I said, no, you don't. Do you own the company? No. Well, then there's somebody above you. You have a supervisor. No, sir, I have a manager. Doing this play on words nonsense, right? So I was like, okay, how do I talk to your manager? You can't. You can't. It's not possible to speak to a manager. That's what you're telling me. That's right. I'm like, okay, when you want a day off, how do you reach him? Well, that's internal. I'm like, so there's no way I can reach him. How can I get to CarMax, speak to somebody at CarMax? It's not possible. We handle it for them. They're not involved. I said, no. When there's a problem, they will get involved. Nope. All I can do, if I don't like it, is complain to his supervisors. Great. How do I do that? Write a letter in a stamped envelope and mail it. I'm like, no. Listen to me. I'm going to get around you. You guys are going to do what's right. I'm not going to be charged a dime, and I'm going to get around you. I'm going to talk to the people you're not letting me talk to. You say it's impossible. I'm telling you right now, this is going to happen, whether you assist me or not. So do you want to be a jerk? So he decided he wanted to be a jerk. I said, all right, well, stay tuned. So I made some phone calls. I found a CarMax customer care number or something like that. Told somebody the saga. They said, let me hook you up with somebody else. I told this person the saga, and they were very apologetic. I have to say, now CarMax, they did sell me a vehicle with a junkyard engine in it, right? With X amount of miles. And who knows how many miles were actually on that thing. So that's, they did me dirty right there, right? And I just got my photos and videos of the old engine with the junkyard stamp and everything on it just this past yesterday. And so they did do that. But, you know, if they're going to make it right, which they better make it right. So I loaded up some more ammo. I hadn't told them about the junkyard motor yet. I had some more heavy artillery that I'm going to use if need be. So I was there at the service department taking pictures and video of my old engine yesterday. And when I had talked to CarMax 2 days prior on the phone, he said, "Oh, very sorry. This shouldn't happen." I told him that Assurant, you know, basically said, "I won't make them look bad. I'll make CarMax look bad," so they don't care. This is the type of people we're dealing with. Even the dealership, the service department told me that it's treacherous dealing with these people. And it's insane. I called another time to talk to a supervisor to try to get a Actually, no. I wanted to leave a message for a supervisor. Just add notes to the screen. 50 minutes it took me to try to get, and they wouldn't do it. They said, "Oh, I don't see any notes here where it says you can leave a message." And I'm like, "This lady, I assure you, told me it would be no issue to call in. Just leave a message for her. Please call me." That's the whole message. And they won't even let you do that. Actually, they decide if they're going to let you even talk to a supervisor. That only happened to me 2 times over all this time, because they all decide, "Nope, I'm reading the notes. There's nothing else we're going to do for you here. You can't talk to a supervisor. You can write the letter." So they essentially put me on the hook for $2,000, and they are assuring me, Assurant is assuring me, there is nothing else that I can do about it. Not true. Get around them. Keep fighting. Don't let this be a message. I hope some people listen to this, and I hope it's going to help somebody. Keep fighting. I got to the CarMax number. Like I said, I went to the service department yesterday to get the pictures and videos. I left an hour after, not even an hour, very shortly after, almost immediately after I left, matter of fact, the service department called me. Said, "Hey, I just got a call from Assurant, and they told me they're covering the entire bill. You're not being charged a dime." That's how you do it. And that's the right thing. I didn't win a prize. I didn't fight for something extra. I forced them to do the right thing. They were forced to do the right thing. CarMax got involved, and it's all because I didn't stop. I was determined, and you can do it. Even if they tell you, "No, that's not possible." No, it's possible. Keep going. I'm not saying, go be a Karen because you don't like the color or something. But when something is not right and you know it and you're being wronged, do not take no for an answer. Same goes with insurance companies. It's essentially an insurance company. They will always try to screw you. Their job is to save the company money, and they will do everything they possibly can to do that. But I assure you, I promise you, you will get what is right if you fight for it. It sucks that you have to fight for it and they don't just do the right thing. But I've actually done this several times in the past with insurance companies from people that have hit me. And it's a battle every single time. They don't want to do the right thing. But they will. Do not give up. They will. So, in the end, it's because of the CarMax thing. He called me later and he said, "Hey, did Assurant call you?" And I laughed. I said, "No, the service department called me, but Assurant isn't going to call me." He said, "Well, they were supposed to call you and let you know that everything's being taken care of and you're not going to be charged anything." I laughed. I was like, "Yeah." The service department told me, but I promise you, Assurant, there's no way they're going to call me because of an ego thing. Because I told them that's exactly what's going to happen. And they smugly told me, "Nope, you're wrong. You're wrong." And I was in a bad spot too. Because had I declined that, right, say you don't have $2,000 to give them. So you say, "No, you can't do it because I can't afford it." Well, they've already got 10 hours of labor into it, taking it apart at that point that you authorized, which the extended warranty company is not going to cover if they don't replace anything. So now your vehicle is taken apart and you owe $2,000 on this side, or probably at least $2,000 on the other side, no matter what. So you are screwed. You're in a bad position. And it's all because someone's trying to do you dirty. Fight. Lace up those gloves and do not stop fighting. Please remember this. I hope this genuinely helps somebody. So we got the call. It's in writing. Should be done within a couple of days. I saw the new engine. I saw everything. And 0 miles, brand new warranty, or brand new engine with a full warranty. And they're not charging me a penny, which is the right thing. I mean, I could keep pushing the issue because they did sell me a junkyard motor and I've paid this damn deductible and 8 rental fees. I don't know how many times, right? So who knows? There might be something else there, but I will shout out CarMax for making it right in the end. If you ever deal with assurance, oh, I assure you, it's going to be a nightmare. This has been a nightmare, but I'm not the type of person. They got the wrong one. If you've been on this channel for a while, you've seen some examples, but I don't stop. I will continue to fight for what's right, and I just won't stop. I won't stop, and that's the way you have to be. Otherwise, you're just screwed, and it's a shame that they do that to people, but they do. So hopefully this helps somebody. Thanks if you listen to this whole thing, thanks, and I really hope someone can benefit. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Twisted Luck Truth. I'll see you soon.